Okay, we are live. Let me close this out. All right, we are live here with Todd Colazzo and Elijah Colazzo, as well as Kaleo Moro. How's it going, guys?
Going good.
Going good.
Heck yeah. All right. So we just had a pretty big weekend in arm wrestling just passed by. We had King of the Table 13 on Saturday. And then we also had the Kringle pull 2 on Sunday, which we were all at, which was an insane event. So I know you guys were there. Did you happen to watch the King of the Table 13?
We did. Well, I did.
Yeah, I was.
No. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Okay,
great.
so the Colazzos did, but Kaleo, you did not.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So then we can't give any spoilers yet, or have they already told you everything that happened, Kaleo?
No, you know what happened.
Okay. Why did I lose your audio? Let me see.
Hold on one
There
second.
you
Hold
are.
on.
There you are.
Sorry about that.
I can hear you.
Sorry, my wife. I gotta send this message to her.
So, Elijah, what did you think about that Joseph Maranto? Is that his last name, Maranto, I want to say?
Yeah, I think so. That's the one that went against what's his name? Uh
Kevin Palco.
Palco. Yeah, the Palco match. The young kid, he's like 22 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the
that was
lightweights.
a cool match.
Well, nobody expected him to be able to compete in the hook, right? He kind of proved everybody wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about. You can't underestimate these young guys, man. They're hungry and they got something to prove. And
yeah,
Palco's young too. Palco's young, she's like 30.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, up and comer.
That was
Yeah, it's
cool.
real fun to see where people are at on the other end of the country that maybe you haven't pulled yet, and you can use people like that are a little more local to us to
Yeah.
kind of like gauge and see where they're at. I don't know. I hear that a lot with what I hear a lot with people in the community is saying like who can beat who, or oh no, this person's like at a different level or something like that. And in a lot of those circumstances is like, well, what are you basing that off of? Like a lot of times you don't see that end of the country or that end of the world arm wrestle, this side. But sometimes, yeah, when you get those local people that you know where they're at, and then they go over there and test out, you're like, okay, all right, I see where you are. And
Where
I've
did
been,
Tony, where did Tony Tomlinson move to? It was Texas, or was it like Tennessee or Oklahoma? Or
oh man, that's a good question. I want to say Missouri. I think it's
okay, so
Missouri.
wherever he went,
Yeah,
and I follow him. I follow him. I love Tony.
yeah.
And I'm watching him compete in certain events. And some events he's winning, and other events he's not winning.
Hmm.
You're talking about from the left side, the number one in California. Now he's in a different place. And there are guys that are able to deal with him quite adequately. So it's like you said, you just don't know. There's no gauge. You have to go. You got to grip up. You got to see where everybody's at, and it's cool. It's cool when you see that happen.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good thing. It's a really, really good thing. Because there's always somewhere to go. There's always a new level, there's a new region, and there's just so much more. You don't want to feel like there's nothing left for you in a sport that's small. And that's the weird thing about this sport is it is young, kind of. It's been around, but in terms of like growth, I don't know, you would think of it since it's the lack of organization that it's a small sport, but the amount of levels involved in it is just unreal. And sometimes I wonder if there was just like NFL or the NBA, if there was a unified league, if it would separate, make the levels a little bit more clear um, for us, you know.
Yeah, absolutely,
Well,
not just individuals, but literally a team.
right.
California versus Texas,
Yeah.
Texas versus Utah, Utah versus New York. And I know that that's been done on certain levels before, but if you have an organized league where that's the center of it, then things start getting tribal and then you'll see more attention. And that's one aspect of where you can grab more attention. But when everybody gets behind their football team, what are they getting behind? They're getting behind their city. They're getting behind their state. They're not getting behind necessarily all of the players that are on the team. They have their favorites. I have favorite players on other teams that I don't like, but I respect the player. But when you're behind your city, right? World Cup, America soccer is not really huge, although there's a lot of leagues and children playing, but it's not huge like baseball or football or basketball. But when the World Cup comes, all of a sudden, the USA, it becomes tribal. So if we could somehow grab onto a little bit of that in arm wrestling and bring
Yeah.
a more tribal aspect to it, I think you'll see people really start getting behind their state or city,
Right. That's very interesting. Yeah, I've thought about a lot of like the team versus team thing with arm wrestling, but more just like, we've got several in California and a lot of other elements that, we could learn from these other big sports, but I never really thought about it that way. That's such a huge component that makes them so big is that you can get an entire state behind you, you know.
Absolutely.
If you're Cowboys, you got Texas behind you,
Exactly.
and that makes the spectatorship awesome. All right, we've got Mr. Waldo Saldana joining
Good
us.
evening, fellas.
Oh,
How
What's
you guys
up,
doing?
brother?
How's it going?
How you doing
I love
today?
that guy. I love
Good,
that
good.
guy.
Working it. Thank you guys. How you guys doing?
Yeah, very good. I'd like to welcome the Drew in the chat as well. Paul Stevens is in the chat. Paul, hope you get time to drop in. If you can't, I understand you're at a Christmas party, I believe. Grace Bear is in the chat as well. What's up, Grace? Drop in anytime. You got the link. So Waldo, I'm really glad that you're joining us. I second what Todd says. Um, I love you, bro, man. You were like not just as an athlete, man, you're a top-notch individual.
I'm trying. Thank you
You've
guys.
never
Thank you.
exuded anything but kindness and respect to everybody in this community, which is awesome. But we were all behind you, man, on this. And I'm not saying like against Paul Stevens in terms of like your match or anything like that. We're just behind Waldo Saldano. We know what you're capable of. And man, you killed it, dude. The
I
tournament,
did my
like
best.
such a good job. I'm really happy for you, man.
No, I did my best. I got worn out. I think the time it took to go to overalls, I was already cold. You know, I always consider myself a rookie because that's to me that's my reality. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna train hard. I'm not gonna I'm gonna give up but I'm always willing to learn, win or lose, and I know that I have a lot to go and a lot of experience I need, but I feel like I'm the rookie overall, and yeah, I'm strong, but I need to learn, and that's just how I feel myself, I notice when the advantage I got against people thinking they're gonna muscle me is that I'm strong. But when somebody goes into a match with me and they're technical, that's what I'm looking for because that's
Mhm.
what I need. They're not very many people can muscle me because I got the power. So I really enjoyed the event. You guys threw a really amazing event. It was just awesome. You know, yeah, hats down to the both of you, Travis and Kane, for just reaching out and throwing the event and just inviting me and just doing what you guys do. You guys really make the difference. It's what can I say? We need more guys like you
Hmm.
in the sport.
Yeah.
That
And
means a
Yeah.
lot coming from you, man.
it does. If there, because if there were more guys like you, it would make your guys' job easier. And it really would. And you guys, I mean, what can I say? You guys put a lot into this, and I may not post a lot of things or this and that, but to me, it gave me a big push, a real big push, and it just opened my eyes to I guess getting out more. Just getting out more and enjoying what it is to be a part of the community and having fun, most importantly. You know,
Very
you guys
cool.
rock.
Yeah, I was inspired myself by what Travis pulled off with this. Travis Preventures is in the house right
Yeah.
now. I'm Travis.
Sure.
Yeah,
What's going
people there is a lot of people in the community sh starting to rise to the surface, I feel like with special skills and a desire to grow this sport. Um, and Todd, I believe you're one of them. There's a lot of them out there, and that really do a lot for this sport. And I love getting behind people that inspire me, and Travis is one of those guys. What he pulled off with that venue, Travis, what you pulled off with that venue. Yeah, I'm gonna say it a different way this time. You could sell sand to a desert rat, Travis.
on?
Whatever, you're amazing, man. What you pulled off was definitely trailblazing. It was cool. I mean, every single person, I feel like they really enjoyed the show. And it was an undertaking, man. It was an undertaking. It really was.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it, guys. I mean, you sometimes you just gotta keep hitting people up until you get 100 no's, and that's kind of like what I did.
Mm,
I continuously hit people up, and I just felt like I was getting no after no and after no, and I mean, a lot of people, they understand how it feels to get no, no, no. Oh, we're not interested. Oh, that's not what we're looking for. Oh, arm wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, so you reach out to all these people, and it's like I just felt like the perfect venue for this time. Just fell right into the lap, and the theater was able to give us an opportunity that I thought was perfect, and I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything better. Sorry, guys. I've been so sick since Monday. I mean,
all right.
I've been beyond sick. So I'll be on here for a little bit to
Yeah.
talk about this, but I don't know where this thing came from. This is the sickest I've ever been in my entire life.
Well,
So
check it out. When you get a chance, order cloves. Okay.
Oh,
cloves,
yeah.
Yeah.
cloves.
Cloves is antibacterial, anti fungal. Just if you're taking antibiotics and you eat cloves, it like gives the antibiotics a 20% boost. Cloves are
Yeah.
very good when it comes
The
to being under the
spice.
weight.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can
they're
buy it in
very
a
strong.
spice.
I chew on them every other day because I
They're
guess if you
delicious too.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you eat too much, I don't know. I don't believe in eating too much. I just stick. Well, maybe you never know. But I'm following the advice, and it's 2 to 3 a day, but I'm doing every other day. And you know what? My mom, my brother, everybody got that flu little virus going around, and they're all shitting themselves with my language, and they're all tore up. And I was great, and they're like, well, "What's up?" I go, "I don't know, but you guys want some cloves? Here you go."
Yeah,
So I'm just throwing it out there. But get some cloves, make it part of your. They're good for the joints. They're just so good.
yeah,
I wish I had a list or I had that memory that I could just run by the list and tell you all the benefits they have. I just don't got the picture memory,
yeah.
but look into them and get some cloves. It'll really
I
help you.
I didn't know all that. I used to do that just because they're so delicious. Like in the morning, because I don't really drink coffee anymore, but you know how you get that flavor out of coffee in the morning, you wake up and it kind of like, gives you that warm feeling in the morning. Yeah, I just would put one of those cloves and just kind of like
They,
just like a Tic Tac, just put it in
yeah,
there
but they
and
really they have a powerful effect. Like you feel even alert after a clove. You're right about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Great.
delicious.
Yeah, I mean, to get back to it, Waldo, I mean, I was super impressed by your performance, man. I mean, you did a great job, and then to see you win the money tree too, that was even cooler too.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
excited. I go, man,
Did.
everybody was like, where you going with all those cans? I go, well, you know what? He said bring as much as you can. And we have all these cans this I mean, why not? Why not? It's for a good cause. And I'm just sorry I left out of there so fast. I was tired, burned out, sore.
Take the money and run.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, brother, because I got to bed at like 2:30, and there were still like 10 people in my garage. And I said, Kane, just shut my garage down. I'm going to bed, man. I'm tired. I'm beat. And there's an after party, and Kane said he went to bed at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm like, and
You left
and
me
then
in there with the young bucks. They were like 18 or something. They just wanted to keep pulling. Yeah, Will from and his buddy from Vegas, right?
yeah, what time did Austin Finley leave from the garage?
Shortly before, I'd say 3, somewhere around then. And he was stoked too with his table. He was breaking down his table that he won in the raffle. Yeah, another cool thing about that, man. I wanted that table though. Every winning raffle ticket I put in that damn jar, and I wanted that damn table so bad, but it's okay. I've got
It was
table.
Elijah and Kaleo.
Yeah, boss.
They put both of them. They both put all
Did
their.
you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had strict instructions when I won my matches. I got a text when my girl saw me win the matches, right? She says, "You better not go for the table. You better go for the date night package."
So cool.
Very good, very good.
So I kind of went all in on that one for her, and so I luckily I got that, but that was cool. I was excited, and then to see all these grown men were just so happy to win these raffle prizes. It was so funny. Like Ole, like he won the pull-up system. Like that kid was like a kid in a candy store when he won that thing.
That was awesome.
And then some of the other Armenians won some other cool prizes, and they were just so pumped. I was like, it was cool to see. It was fun. I'm glad
I
I'm glad that structure played out. I'm glad people finally like understood it. Probably about an hour into the tournament, they were kind of starting to figure it out, and
Right.
then they're like, "Oh wait, we could actually win this stuff."
Yeah. You,
So it
you
was.
know what it felt like for me? Have you ever seen that study where they can get like a mouse or a monkey to like hit a button and then they get like a treat after? I sorry, it's weird, but I felt like that. Like instead of when I would win a match, instead of just like getting the gratification of telling the bracket dude, okay, yeah, advance me, you're like, okay, tell them one, and then you get to go run up and get your ticket and you take the ticket and put it in the thing that you want to get the prize. You're like,
Yeah,
I got my treat, I was pretty happy.
yeah, yeah. It was cool. It was cool. But man, I mean, yeah, it was a lot of good times. It's a lot of when you're throwing the tournament, it's like I don't think you get it. Obviously, we enjoyed it. Me and Kane and Benji and all of us that put it together and stuff like that. We all enjoyed it, but I don't think you get to enjoy it as much because you're setting everything up and just trying to make everything go perfect, of course. And obviously, every tournament, every time I've thrown an event in my life, I'm always like, what can I do better? What can I do better? Um, there wasn't a ton, I believe, that I would personally change, but there is a few things, of course. You always take things out of it. Like for instance, I'll just be kind of vocal about it. I mean, um, I didn't want everybody to be pulling down there at the bottom.
Yep.
I
Yep.
thought that was just a little much. They were kind of like crowding that area down there to the right. I wish everybody would just sat in seats essentially, right? So we probably could have blocked that area off or something with extensions or something like that. But future reference, like, yeah, that's kind of like one of the things for sure.
Probably
Um,
better not to set up the after full table until.
yeah, I mean,
Till after,
I,
yeah.
yeah, I don't even think that was really after a pool table. That was more of like a warm up table, and everybody just congregated
Oh,
down there.
got
Yeah,
you. Table. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
yeah, it was like
So
a warm up
the point
table, but
aside,
everybody
I'm sure
decided.
there's
Yeah, and they decided to do like a king of the table down there. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? So
what sucks is it would take another staff member to control it, but yeah, like it's nice to have a warm-up table, but it just would have to be limited to like 2 people at a time, and not have a bunch of people crowding around it and everything like that. It is unfortunate, but yeah, like I don't know. I was looking over there, like, yeah, like I still want to pull the right hands done. I'd love to go over there and mess around with people on the right, but no, man, you gotta support your teammates. You gotta support, you gotta
yeah,
support these other people that
no,
are wrestling up there.
absolutely. Absolutely, man. I mean,
I,
everybody did good.
hey, next year, guys, you're probably going to get. It's probably going to be double the size.
Yeah.
I think the feedback has been really good. But I would like to do one thing if you guys would allow me to, and that is I don't want to do the sound, but I think I would like to be there for the sound check. There needs to be a compressor with maybe 4 channels on it, just so that we have enough mics hooked up, so that we don't have any, uh, first of all, like too highs or too lows, and then we want to make sure that the unity gain levels on the mixing board aren't going and clipping, because that's when the audio shuts off. So that's just a bad setup. So all that stuff needs to be tested before the show. I know exactly how to do it. I know Kane does as well. It's really, really simple sound check. And then as far as the background music, like they do at Worlds, maybe some house or electro music or whatnot with no words, just playing lightly in the background for stimulation. You get like 6 to 7 hours of that stuff pre-recorded, and all you gotta do is press play and let it run. That goes on a separate channel, on a separate channel, and then maybe mic the tables so we can hear more ambient field play on the tables, and have a second set of speakers just for that, and set those levels. So now you've got dynamics, you've got the audio for the master of ceremonies, you have the music playing in the background, and everybody can enjoy the ambience of the show. And I'm telling you guys, with a compressor and everything controlled, the volumes, everything sounds good. A sound check before for the intro music and everything, walkout songs, however you want to do it, and it's going to sound pristine.
Yep. Yeah.
And people on YouTube are going to enjoy it just even more.
Yeah, we need if you could help man a crew that could handle just that, just that alone.
I can do that myself. Once the setup is done, it's going to take one guy on the mixing board.
One
It's
guy on the
easy.
mixing board,
It's
right?
easy. I
Yeah.
used to do a lot of live sound back in the days,
What do you
but I was
think
more of a
about,
studio engineer.
yeah, what do you think about tapping into the theater's system? We just
That,
didn't really have time to do it, but it's,
yeah,
got the whole surround sound and all that stuff.
yeah. Tapping into the theater would be great, but I'm telling you, the way tapping into the theater would be great.
Yeah.
That you can use the theater sound, a
Mm-hmm.
low level for the music in the background and the walkout music, and then like use your little system for the announcing.
All right.
It'll be good. It's not gonna be because you guys had a lot of clipping, and when it clips, the system is the board that you had it's got a defense mechanism where it shuts off the audio
Like
automatically, so you don't
eases it
jack up
kind
all
of.
the circuits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just a setup thing. That's just a sound check thing. And you need to have a piece of hardboard gear, a compressor. You don't even need an expensive one, you know? So, and once you have that, you control the levels on the mics. The highs aren't too highs, the lows aren't too lows, and you're going to be perfect with the volume of everything. Is going to be consistent and clean, and it's going to look like more of a professional. This is the problem of core sports. They always have an audio problem. And I feel like I'm watching a silent movie because I can't hear anything that's going on with the sport. I hear
Right.
the announcers. I don't hear the players, the arm wrestlers. I don't hear the refs. I need all that dynamic to be interested. If I look like I'm watching a silent film and all I'm hearing is somebody announcing something that has literally no sound and I can't hear the audience, it's such a simple thing. You need 2 overheads into a separate feed. You have the announcers, a separate feed, and you got the guys on the table, a separate feed. You mix, you balance it, everything's compressed. You have a limiter on the outboard gear, on the stereo output, set to unity gain, and the feed's going to be perfect. The engineer should have a pair of headphones on, hearing the feed that's going to the TV set. He
Right.
should be hearing what the people on the TV. The stuff over there is going to be perfect. It's so simple. I can't. King of the table 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Same mistake. They're not correcting anything.
Yeah.
It's not just about the sport, it's about the perception of the sport.
Presentation.
Yeah, even the guys from India, even though they have a lower level, consistently lower level form of arm wrestling, it's still dynamic. They're still good, but the show is pristine. They've got it right.
Right.
It's just It's just
It's
so good to the eye.
it's getting there. I think they're definitely advancing on the video side, right?
The
Um,
video is good on this last
right,
one.
right. And maybe more specific audio engineers getting in there too. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. That's where the community really comes in, or money, one or the other, to really make those things happen. But I 100% agree, because I would almost rather have like high quality sound, and than and music and all that, than be too worried about the video coverage and the lighting and this and that. I think it's
Both
important.
will be good.
Yeah, it's important, but it just yeah, when the sound is your vibe. Like that's like it's the pulse of everything that makes it feel vibrant and alive. And that's kind of one of the cool things about the Florida event. And yeah, this Atlanta one too, because the crowd was so packed. Even if it wasn't fully captured on the audio side, like it's just so powerful. You could kind of hear it push through, and you could tell it's probably pretty intense to be at one of those.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, absolutely, man.
so I
But
want to
little
go.
step by step, we'll
Yeah,
get there.
yeah, yeah. Um, So I want to go around one by one and just ask the three of you who competed, about your experience, how you made out in terms of the placings and stuff like that. So let's start with you, Elijah. So how did everything work out for you at the tournament? What weight did you compete in? What division? And how did things play out?
In the 165 amateurs, and it turned out like I was a little disappointed with not I was like so close to first, but then
On the
Mm,
way.
obviously, yeah, on the right side, but then obviously I got second. And then the left side, I was, Nick is really strong. I didn't expect to beat him. I was hoping, obviously, to beat him, but it turned out almost as I expected. You know, I didn't think I'd use my hook that much, but it worked out decently
okay.
well.
Okay.
Well,
Did
super
you
nice.
did
Oh,
you
right.
go ahead?
The super match, it turned out pretty much as I expected. I thought I knew I was stronger than him. I've obviously been in the sport longer, um, working hard. Yeah, that was pretty much what I expected. But he came ready. He was strong. He was for sure strong.
Mm. Okay. Do you think your experience helped a little bit on the technique side as well with him?
Yeah, I'm able to focus in a little bit more than I used to be able to, and I was able to use what I've learned from previous matches
Mm.
to like I was able to use it in the match and in the tournament as well.
Okay. Now in the tournament, I saw you were pulling a lot. Was there we'll go in depth at more at practice on Sunday, but do you feel like you were able to take something from it? You're still new in the sport. Do you feel like you learned quite a few things?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Right.
new thing is next time Travis won't win. Love Travis.
So
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my other teammates about this too, who's even newer than you, Elijah. But I'll say the same thing that I said to him, is that it did stand out to me that you seemed a lot more what calculated, a lot more relaxed, which is really great, because yeah, getting better at competition and arm wrestling in general is not so much just, getting better at your technique or getting stronger. Like that whole initial phase, you kind of got to get used to the process and competing in general. And those first competitions, we kind of like just get up there and we just do something, because it's so new, everything's so like just crazy and so much is going on. But you looked very composed. You looked in control. I could see you coming in like you had a like a plan. you know.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Kaleo. So I saw you up there killing it too. Yeah, I watched both you guys quite a bit. So tell us the weight class that you pulled in and how things played out for you.
I was in the 145 amateurs. I got second place in both right and left hand. Um, I think the matches went well. I expected to be first, but unknowing that I'll go against the what do you call it?
Aiden, Craig.
Aiden got first.
Yeah, yeah, he beat him both times.
He's a killer too. Yep.
He is a killer. He's very strong.
Yep.
He's not the biggest guy, but he is strong. He's powerful in the hook.
Mm-hmm.
But Kalei was able to move a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and he caught him once. He caught him, was like, and we were like, oh, maybe. And then no.
Yeah. That's impressive. Yeah.
13, that's not bad.
Yeah. Aiden and
Not
Nolan, those guys, and Reagan, man, the whole family. Yeah,
bad. Yeah,
they definitely got something special.
so cool. So good people.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it was very impressive watching you perform. And would you say that Aiden's hit is one of the defining factors here in that, or was there other factors that you think you know, kept you from getting that first place?
Obviously, I felt that he was a lot stronger than me,
Okay.
and he was a lot faster than me. So I had to do what I could, try and rise higher as before we start the match. But it was low chances for me.
Right. Do you feel like you threw everything at him that you could and should have? Let's say technique wise. Do you feel like you did everything that you could and should?
Maybe if I went a little higher, like rising, I felt
Mhm.
that could have been good. But I was trying to really focus and just outspeed him.
Right. Yeah, I like it when you feel like, okay, I threw everything in the kitchen sink at this person and it didn't come away with the win, because that can be a good thing sometimes. It tells you exactly where you need to be stronger or exactly where you need to train more, kind of creates more of a clear picture. But yeah, second place, man, behind Aiden Craig. Congratulations, dude. We'll be seeing.
I think something real quick.
Yeah,
There's something about Kaleo. I'll tell you what I was most impressed about with the minor stop that he got for a split millisecond. I didn't see his wrist crack back.
mm,
Anything. You put 20, 30 pounds extra side pressure, the match is different. So if Aiden stops working out, which I doubt will happen, and he's able to face him in like 6 months, and Aiden today versus 6 months of Kaleo in the future, match will be different. Now I know Aiden's going to continue to progress, and he's probably going to pull into pros going forward. But he'll see him again, hopefully in the future. And we were able to diagnose everything. Sometimes it's not technique. Sometimes it's just, hey, that guy was stronger than me.
yeah, yeah,
That guy was just stronger than me. And Aiden does have good technique, so it's not like he's just some, he's good. He's quick. He's fast. He's got leverage. He knows how to posture up, and he does a good job. And he trains hard. We got to talk to him afterwards. Um, but for 13 years old, for him to be against that kind of competition so early, this was his really first tournament. He did
yeah.
compete in the at the Grinders Gym last year, but
Oh,
that was such a small tournament. I think the only person he pulled was Elijah. Well, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
A few other people.
oh yeah. So he really didn't get, like, it wasn't like a venue the way Kris Kringle 2 was, and now we're looking forward to January 26th at the UALs, and we'll see how he competes over there. So that's an astonishing performance by Kaleo. Elijah did good, but that was a really crazy performance by Kaleo, and I was happy to see him perform that way.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Kaleo, you're 13, right, Kaleo? Is that what you said? Yeah. And Aiden's what now? Is he 17 now?
I think he's 18.
Good Lord, Kaleo.
He might be 17, but that's what I'm saying. 20
Yeah,
or 30 pounds more, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's 2 or 3 months of working out. and he'll have that behind him because he's super strong. Kid is super strong. I'm telling you.
Well,
So
obviously we're going to be looking at you know, the broad scope here in the long term, with the progression of both of you, Elijah and Kaleo. But let's get together Sunday and let's start formulating some short-term game plans as well for Cal State at the end of January. It's gonna be a good one, and I think, you know, if wherever you think you fell short, I think we can maybe make a difference there.
yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be more in technique. Sure, we're not going to make a bunch of strength gains between now and then, but you know, it's a combat sport, baby. There's a lot we can do. So let's move on down to Waldo Saldana. So you had a very impressive win with against Paul Stevens in your super match. And I mean that is a big task. None of us knew how that was going to shake out. We all in the community have massive respect for Paul. He's good. He's strong. I can't even gauge his strength. He's so damn strong. Um, but yeah, to see you able to stop his hit, catch and work your way through him was very impressive. So let's start with the super match. How'd you feel about that super match?
You
Waldo, I
know,
apologize. Excuse me.
yeah.
Guys, I love all of you. Have a great night. We got to go and get to working out. Um, I'll take care of the strength part, King. We're gonna add at least 5% before that tournament.
Yeah,
So
man. All right,
we're
5%
gonna
matters.
yeah, we're gonna hit it right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Static Thursdays.
Static Thursday. That's right.
I love you
Have a
guys,
good night,
man.
man. All
I
right.
take it easy.
See
Bye.
ya.
You guys.
And welcome Will Wallace as well to
Hello.
the conversation. Yes, Will from Las Vegas. Uh,
Yes.
who, yeah, you had a really great competition. It was really cool watching you. I was watching, and
Thank you.
yeah, it was really cool after pulling and getting to know you more at the after party.
Definitely. Yeah, that was great. It was really, really fun meeting everybody and pulling and the after pulls. I love the after pulls. Honestly, sometimes maybe more than the tournament.
More.
Like, yeah, you get to know people a lot better.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's different. So I'm gonna get into the tournament with you in just a second. We're just gonna hop in with Waldo here. We're mid conversation on how he did. So the
Sounds
super
good.
match with Paul Stevens. Tell me your thoughts, Waldo.
You know, I trusted my training, practice, and I just try to keep it simple. I didn't, I kind of figured he was gonna either try to muscle me, or worst case scenario, he was gonna try to go high and kind of cup me, kind of how I arm wrestle,
Okay.
and so I mean, I went in there, we gripped. I know I'm a catcher, and I think I need to work on being a little bit more quicker for my sake.
Yep.
And so, you know, I felt really good. I felt strong. I know this last past year, every time I see Paul, he's bigger. He looks great, just filling in, and so, for that, for an arm wrestler just to keep getting bigger, you know he's getting stronger.
Yeah.
And I hadn't gripped up with him for a very long time. And then even he went to SoCal Arm Fest on the first, or the first Sunday.
Yeah.
And
Recently.
so I he we gripped up a little bit, and I gave him my best. I was vulnerable, and I go, look, if you want to really figure me out, I will work on this. And I do that because I'm only as good as my weakest point. It is what it is. And so I heard I was the underdog once I got there, but I felt good, and that didn't really pay. I didn't pay no attention to that. And well, I think if he would have arm wrestled me how he did on the third match, it would have gave me more of a challenge, because he kind of did something different there, which was for me what he should have done all
That,
three.
that's right. That's right.
You know what I
Uh,
mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm throwing it out there because it's all good to me. At the end of the day, win or learn, I'm gonna learn something, and
Mm.
I'm gonna get stronger. I gotta work on my weakest point, and I believe that's my weakest point. That being high rise up and kind of cupping, and you know, I I know the rules. You're not allowed to just let go, but so I'm not looking for a slip, but I'm still gonna try to bring it this way. And of course, I'm more comfortable in the strap, and that's where I want to be. So it was all good either way for me, you
All
know.
right. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was just really impressive. So the tournament, was this the first tournament that you've competed in, Waldo?
No, I had just competed over there in San Diego at the World Series right before November tournament.
Oh, the one that they just kind of like threw in like the last minute. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I went.
Okay.
My mom. I was talking about it with my mom, and I was like, I started looking up the motels, and I was like, it was all pricey. And she goes, well, your cousin lives right there. I go, really? And so my mom reached out to her, and she said, oh yeah, if you guys want to come, you can spend the night. I got her address. I got the address of the Harley Davidson place, and it was about 15 minutes away. So we went. The $300 I was gonna spend on the motel while I was thinking, because budget. I'm always on a budget, and I figured, well, I just go take her out to dinner, have dinner with her and my mom and my daughter, and just spend it on them, and be cool, and go to the tournament and pay. And so that was before this one, that was my last tournament, and I did good. I just I had a cut weight, so I was competing at a heavyweight, and Carl, I forgot his last name, but Carl,
Oh,
he
yep.
yeah, he showed up, and he said he was doing heavyweights, and I just already had a hunch, like I was already like, damn, because I seen Carl arm wrestle, I seen him grind it out, I seen him go to war and just die hard. And so I figured, man, if I have to worry about somebody, I think it's him. I was just thinking to myself. And there wasn't a lot of arm wrestlers that day, but it was still fun. And we had our first match. I beat him. He came back, readjusted, and just wiped me out twice.
Mm.
You know, so on this tournament, I was avoiding that, and I knew what not to do because of that one. And so this one, I'm learning that you gotta know your arm wrestler a little bit,
Mm.
and you have to. It's a must, and it is important to like Will was saying, after pulls, get to know people, and I wish sometimes I would be able to stay, but like, you know I didn't. I was tired, but I should consider it more often, and just make it a sacrifice and just stay, on certain events. But that's also why I go to Armfest, and I try to grip up as many as I can, because
Yeah.
I think it's important to know your arm wrestler, know who you're going against, and you got to find a lane that is really like that fits me, for because even in, well, I don't know his name, but one of the matches, he didn't look strong, but he went pretty fast, and thankful I caught him, and he was gonna go into a press, but I just I tightened up as well, and then I just pinned him, and I remember Benji telling me, you better be careful with that one, don't something like that he mentioned to me, and I was like, man, because he got me close, and it was fast, and but I feel like I did it really great. I if anything, I don't know his name. I'm so face names. I'm so lost with it. But he was my one of my first matches, or my second one. He was the real big buff guy, and when we gripped up, he just grabbed my thumb, and really I wasn't really able to like close my hand, because my hand's weird. And the ref he goes, well, your knuckle is showing, and I go, well, well, hey, let's. I wasn't comfortable there, but I was just like, wow, ref says it's good, and So I've been in there plenty of times, you know, where arm wrestlers they just want to grab my thumb with my right hand because you know they don't really know what else to do besides grab my thumb, and maybe if they could get a leverage on my thumb, I'll go easy, or they could pin me or whatnot. So I was kind of used to it, but still it wasn't comfortable. But I did good anyways. You know, I did good, and I'm just proud of myself. Training kicks in. You know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and there's I agree, it does help to know a little bit about your arm wrestler for sure. But the more you compete too, and the more you learn the rules, we need more of us need to get certified to ref. It'll make us better arm wrestlers for it. But the more you know the rules, there's ways to use that stuff. If I don't know somebody, say Will comes out or something from Vegas, I don't know anything about this guy, and me gripping up with him in the setup isn't telling me enough. You get a false start. They give you that. You can take a false start. That's a warning. Give them that false start and see what they do. Just see how they react, see if they brace, see how strong they are. If you feel like you need to slip or go outside, play a safety move, maybe if you know if it's if it's doable, just top roll them and pin them, but you're already in a position where you can slip if you need to, and then you could
Just
elbow
try
foul.
not to, you
There's a
know.
lot of really good arm wrestlers
Yeah.
use those rules so that they can get
Finesse.
the information or restart.
I was fortunate that my first match just gave me the match. He
Yeah,
goes, oh, he didn't want to arm wrestle. So that kind of I honestly believe that gave me maybe the endurance to do what I did. You know,
yeah, yeah.
I honestly believe that because I had a freebie. You know, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I did happy with my results and my training, and
First place in the super heavyweights. You
yeah,
made it to the overalls.
I did. You know, and I kind of wish it would have been a little faster, but that is what it is, you know.
Hmm.
And it's funny because I was just cooling off, cold, you know, and Ole goes, oh, you're first place. We're gonna go to the overalls, and it was so funny because he was so excited. He was all, he
Yeah.
was doing this. So he goes,
Yeah. He looked
I go,
he looked
hey,
furious when they called your names up. He hopped up there like we are
yeah.
doing this now.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he
Yes.
goes, you know, I remember we're talking. I go, hey, how about we just go into the trap? He goes, yeah, because I know you and all this slip stuff and all that. I don't want to do all that. We go to the straps, you know. And it was great. I'm not gonna lie. Scott, Scott was strong. Scott is such a stud. He's fast. He's strong, and it took some out of me to try to pin Scott. You know, the pin him the first time, and I guess I just didn't have it in me to stop Oleg. And he's funny because after the whole thing, he goes, that match that match you win in the first did me the favor. Thank God. you know,
Ah,
I honestly believe I could have had a chance if I would have went with Oleg first. It was either or. I wasn't gonna be able to stop them both. I don't think.
yeah.
You know, I don't think. I don't have the endurance. I'm a rookie, like I said. So it was either or. I was stopping one of them, the other one's gonna take it, and it was just the way the way it works. That Scott was heavier, more heavier than Oleg, and so it is what it is.
Right.
But it was very exciting to be able to make it overall, just to have an opportunity to try. You know, um, I'm working hard. I'm gonna stay working hard. I'm back on the table. I tried so hard. I blew a gasket with a hemorrhoid coming out, man. Let me tell you.
Let me ask you a question, Waldo. Are you going to be competing at California State Championship next month,
um,
January 25th?
I was planning on not that one, but the one in Anaheim. I was planning on the one in Anaheim.
That's in like November.
Yeah, or August.
Okay.
That's my plan because I wanna I look at there's heavy hitters that go to those ones. So I want to have a lot of table time. I wanna push weight. I wanna get a little stronger. And so that's my plan. That's my idea. Or even to the one in Riverside. I'm thinking about going to that one. You
Okay.
know, the
If you feel
competition.
healthy, I strongly suggest you go for it because the
Yeah,
only thing that you're going to lose is a gain. You're just going to learn something for next year. But I don't know if those heavy hitters have enough for you, Waldo.
well,
Don't discount yourself, man. I really want to see you pull there. If you let me know if you decide to
okay.
pull
You
there.
never know. You just never know. But my plan was the one that comes to Anaheim.
Yeah.
I remember I was telling you I like to really be committed and consistent with time, couple months of hitting it really hard. And
Yeah.
even with my left, I like to do that with my left. And the way I do things is a little unorthodox, but I have YouTube and all these arm wrestlers doing everything that show you what to do for arm wrestling strength, and so I just do things a little different. But I'm training.
Yeah.
If I don't go to the tournaments, best believe I'm still training hard.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. Now, Mr. Will, so how many tournaments have you competed in so far now, counting Kris Kringle Pole 2?
So now I've competed in three.
Three. That
Yeah,
was your third?
yeah.
Okay.
I met Travis at the UAL at Mr. Olympia.
In Vegas. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, I didn't really expect to go to the Kris Kringle. I didn't know if there was going to be King of the Table in Vegas or anything like that or stuff. But no, I just ended up going, and we planned it like 2 weeks ahead, and yeah, so it came out really good.
Yep. You showed up early. You helped us out.
Yeah, I came up
And
really early.
one of you guys was like crashing out across the
Yeah,
seats up high in
Aiden.
the theater. Yeah, Aiden was okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, Will, I just want to say, for your guys' age, man, you guys are very respectable. And how you guys carried yourself while you guys were here.
thank you.
I really appreciate that. And your mom was very nice as well, of
Mom's
course.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, your mom's definitely a huge supporter of the sport, which the sport absolutely needs. So, yeah, I definitely greatly appreciate you guys being highly respectable and just being good young adults, So,
thank you. Yeah, I
it's
appreciate it.
yeah, it's hard to find that. So, yeah, it's greatly appreciated.
I appreciate your hospitality with everything, and having me come over and just being a great host. So yeah,
Of course, man. Thank you.
yep,
So I don't know about the rest of you guys, but yeah, I was definitely peeking over at that other table as often as I could,
yeah,
the amateur side, and I was impressed, Will. You seem to do pretty good.
yeah.
Can you tell us the weight class you pulled in, the arms, and how things worked out for you in the tournament?
So I pulled 205 amateur left and right, and then I I first went on right, and I fouled out my first match. Um, I was rewatching the footage. I don't know, maybe it came off the front. No, I'm not gonna argue with the ref, So, uh, yeah, and then the second one I won, and the third one I went against the same guy I went against first time. I think or Shane Rosas
Rosas.
Roses. Yeah. So I went against him the third time, and then I lost to him in the straps. But I do think that I just didn't really hit too much off the go. Like
Mm,
I did definitely switch up my game plan on the left arm, and I did better because I would kind of like hold on a little bit and then go, or like hold on, see what he had, a little bit. But it was just not a good plan. I just had to go myself.
yep, yep.
And then that's what I did on the left arm. and I first went against Shane again, and then I beat him, and then I went against the same guy I went against my right arm the second time, and then I beat him, and then I went against his name's John or Corin or something.
Yeah, he's strong.
He's really strong. Yeah, he has that twin brother too that Aiden was going against, and he was pretty formidable. And yeah, so he beat me on my right arm, and then I went against Shane one more time for third place, I think. And then I won that, and then I went against Corin again and lost, so I got second place.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Corn, he took first place then?
Yeah, he took first place.
All right.
Yeah. But after I have some footage of the after polls too. Mr. Benjimac was posting some of the clips, so I got to see some of that. And yeah, he said I was the strongest guy he felt in the class, so that means anything, you know.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. So I think things could have went differently too if I just kind of hit harder and maybe went more inside and committed my shoulder a little bit more instead of dragging back and decommitting my shoulder. But it's just about also trusting like what move I have, because I was kind of going for a top roll as like a safer option and like dragging, but sometimes I feel better going inside, and I should just trust that.
Sure.
But
And whether it's inside or outside, being intentional, and offensive sometimes is a really.
yeah,
I
yeah,
noticed Jason Latona in the chat saying hello, and he says, see you Saturday, Will.
yes, sir.
So you're gonna be practicing on Saturday then, right?
Yeah, I'll be at our boy Peter's house and practicing it up.
Cool, man. So Jason, get this man drilling. Get him
He's always having me drilling. Jason's the sensei.
drill those offensive hits, and all you need is a hit to here or to here. Just get that
Yeah,
advantage, that control. Yeah, drilling is awesome. We got Benjimac in the house too. And Benji also posted in the chat the live stream link. So everybody go check that out. It actually I was really impressed with the footage, Benji. You did a great job.
definitely.
You are muted, my good sir. Am I muted for you? There you are.
Hey, what's up? Yeah. Glad you guys liked it. Good times, good
Did
times.
Travis go out there and do your Christmas lights?
Yeah,
Good.
No, it looks like Benji did a great job.
Yeah, those look good. Yeah.
Oh, Travis,
Oh,
what
we
are you
went
talking
behind
about?
the fascia. Ooh.
No, that's all Benji.
Heck yeah.
No, Benji, thank you for recording everything, man. I know it was a ton of work, so
Hey, my
yeah.
pleasure, guys. That's just the live stream. We're gonna get the HD footage out and edited. Got mics on each table that I checked the quality on, and you can hear the freaking ready goes. You can hear Mike Brown tripping out. You can hear, everything. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Hell yeah, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Love it.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
good. That's gonna be good. We got Johnny Dang in the
Yeah.
house too.
I was hoping our freaking match was left-handed too. I was gonna give you some fucking heat on that one, but I
No,
forgot it
boy.
was just right hand. We're gonna have to run that back. We have to get a little stronger, and we might meet in just a tournament, But if we run it back, we'll run it back.
So I had practice last night, our mountain practice, and
I want to go there sometime.
it's really good. Some Canadian guests there.
Taylor.
Taylor, he popped by at the event as well. And they were actually a little bit confused that we were all having super matches only on one arm. I don't know if they do things
My
differently
right's my weak arm, man. I was
out
hoping
there,
for my
but they're
left.
like, why are you not doing super matches on both arms?
I liked
Um,
it. I liked the right hand. It was quick. It had less confusion, but at the same time, there's a left hand community, you know?
there is. Yeah, I wonder if we're more like specialist here, where we more specialize in one arm. But
Yeah.
yeah, all I know is I don't even know what my good arm is anymore. Like, yeah,
Right.
I thought my left arm was not only weaker but hurt, so I only competed multiple classes on my right and only did one class on my left and did way better on my left. Is you just don't know. You don't know. You don't.
Sometimes
Yeah,
the injuries change and the dominant arm will switch around, but
Yeah.
I have damage on my right from frickin' Tony Tomlinson. But you know, no excuses. Travis has got a strong bicep. I'm gonna be coming back for it, so nothing can be taken.
Are both of you guys going to compete on the left hand in at UAL?
Oh yeah, I have to. That's my stronger arm.
Are you going to hop in with the big boys, Travis? You going to go for it?
uh, I mean, I'm definitely not going pro. To me, I mean, I'm definitely staying in the amateurs because I don't like to waste money. But I feel like if I was to hop into pros, I would just get flashed. I mean, I'd be going up against Mike Brown's, Kane Fontecchios, and I'd be
That
over here facing friggin' yeah, I'm good. I'm not about to get flashed.
Well, what
I'm
about you,
good.
Benji? Are
yeah,
you
I,
normally
I
do
I
the pro,
enjoy it.
don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do pro because I've heard a lot of people over the years, and it's just like I can't be messing an amateur with my weird ass style, and you know, so I'll stay in pro and just get stronger. You know, when fucking Varesh is popping down to the fucking lightweights, it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. It's
you
tough.
got you
Yeah,
got Luke Kent coming in, you got Greg Gray coming in. It's like, you know, just learn. You know what I mean? You got Alan Fisher if he shows up. So
yeah.
it'll be
I mean,
fun times, man.
at the end of the day, like I feel like if I can't compete with the guy that's from 8 to 10 in the pros, if I can't get remotely close to them in practice, then it's not worth me entering the pro division. So I'm like, you know, if
Yeah, you do
I
whatever you feel. Yeah.
yeah, you know,
Yeah,
to
there
me
is no right or wrong answer, and you
to,
know
to, to,
your own trajectory for sure.
to me personally, like if I'm just beating everybody in the 165s, I'm just gonna move up in weight. Like I'm just gonna go up the next weight class. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna keep going up the next weight class, the next weight class, and then once I, you know, and start getting like third place, and I'll stay in that weight class. And if I dominate that weight class, then I'll go to the pros. So I feel like I would have to dominate like two weight classes above me to be like, all right, I'm gonna go to the pros because once I go to the pros, I'm competing with guys that have been arm wrestling for 10 years. So
Yeah.
I've been arm wrestling a year and a half. I'm not gonna be able to compete with these guys that have been in sport for 10 years. So
Yeah, yeah.
I might as well have fun, and that's and it's all about having fun. It's not about oh you've been you know you're winning these divisions like you need to enter pro. Actually, I don't. I can do what I feel is best for me because like it's all about having fun. I'm not winning money like, and that's why I did the raffles because it's about having fun. It's not about like because you've been in this sport for 10, 15, or 20 years like you're only the person entitled to win something. I don't believe in that. So that's why I feel like, hey, some people just got into this sport late, and you know, I feel like we all kind of need an opportunity for something, you know,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
and
I
that's
think
what I
the
felt.
top.
Super
I think
matches
that.
really kick
I
the door
think.
open,
Go
though.
ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Um.
there's that's tournaments, but super matches are huge,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
because you're looking at Benji, who primarily competes pro, you're newer and you're competing amateur, but you just beat Benji in a super match, So we can run that left hand at Armfest, we could do that. We should do that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Especially
I'm
We'll
cool.
we'll re
during
we'll
the
rerun the
chat.
right. We'll rerun the right. You'll get a super fresh Benji.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I'm cool with running the left. I mean, my left is definitely nowhere near my right, that's for sure. But I mean, I definitely will. I'm gonna tell you this. I was definitely
Give you a mic
surprised
then.
on. I'm very surprised on how it performed my left at the tournament as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah, I was watching
um,
it.
I definitely shocked myself on how I did with my left. Um, it's more of a defensive arm, so it really doesn't do much besides defend. And I mean, I was shocked that I got a pin on Elijah my first time left-handed. I was extremely shocked because he's way better left-handed than me. Um, and I think that was my only win left-handed. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think left-handed was my only win. I lost to the little buff kid, little buff Armenian kid.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. I like him.
He's super strong, but I
I
stopped
did,
him.
Oh, no, no. No,
I
the
like him, man.
I did amateurs with my left because it's just it's not there, you know. And
Yeah, yeah,
I lost one, and lost, and I get what you're saying, you know. And I had fun, and I don't think I would have even had a chance in pros with my left, and so I get
right.
what Travis is saying, you know. And
Totally.
I would probably won't ever compete with my left again, but in practices and arm fest, always train it and have it ready until I guess who knows, I just good to go, and then you know, but I enjoyed trying it out and just get on the table with the left, and it was really fun just to try it out and to have the experience with my left, you know, because it's
Yeah.
like day and night with me, you know, with my left and right. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
I think the top amateurs too, are the same as the average and pretty good pros. So messing with the amateurs and getting top three, that's a good accomplishment in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Especially at
yeah.
UAL, dude. UAL is stacked always.
Mhm.
Always. You get freaking Jamie Barrett coming in. You get Vaskin in class. You get some pretty good people. David Stepyepyan.
Yeah. Now, if I could win amateurs 165 at
UAL.
the UAL tournament in January, then I'm gonna move up to 185s, and then if I could somehow win that division, then I'll go up to 205s. If I win that, then I'll go to pros. So that's kind of like my stepping stone that I'm gonna
Yeah,
take.
sure.
Uh, and then
Healthy.
if I get flashed in the pros from there, then I'm like, okay, well, there's really nowhere else for me to be at that point. You know what I mean? Besides to get whatever flash. But um, to me personally, like I when I was competing, me and Benji, I mean, I just felt really strong going in, right? I felt really strong going in Sunday. Um, and obviously having my kids there gave me a little extra adrenaline as well, you know. Um,
That's not
so
fair.
so sorry, Benji. I don't feel like you had a chance with my kids there. You know that extra.
Right? You're all
That,
freaking, you're picturing
It's
them
not
underneath a
fair.
bus or something, God forbid, and you're like,
I mean, the kids were there. I was like, I had to break out the little extra adrenaline. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I was like,
So,
why you give me a stink eye, bro? I just got done filming. Like, I need my warm up. What the fuck?
but
Yeah, that's
yeah,
another thing, man. I gotta work on the warm ups better. Like filming, like I gotta do one or the other. It's like as much as I want to compete and film, I think I'm gonna like start dedicating to competing more this next year. We'll see.
yeah, that's good. I didn't warm up either, Benji. I was too busy looking for Santa. That's why I came out so late.
Yeah, what's
So
up with that? You got a fucking entourage too? What's up with this? This
I had a
stacked
whole
against me, man.
I had a whole thing coming out. So
Santa,
yeah,
Santa stalked me in the gut. You didn't even see that. I was like, fuck.
shit. See, I mean,
They're like,
but
Daddy, don't beat my daddy. I'm like, oh man.
I blew it so bad with Paul Stevens' walkout song. What happened was because we were having to tie into the Wi-Fi, I my phone worked better. My phone, using it as a hotspot, right, to my laptop. And so each one, I had them all everyone's songs up on a browser and everything like that. And even though I had already gone to skip the ad or whatever at the beginning, it would reset on me after like pressing play, like 10 seconds after. It would like reset because the Wi-Fi had to be reset every time I went back down there. I
Yeah.
didn't figure it out until I screwed up Paul Stevens, and then I got yours right, Waldo, and everybody else from that point on. I realized it was during his that I had to like I reset all of you guys, all of your songs. Oh, I felt so bad because Paul
maybe
Stevens had the
you
dopest
did,
song. He had the coolest
you
Motorhead
did,
song. It was so
good song
good
too.
too. And then it
Yeah.
just
You got to
There's
get
a lot of good ones.
free downloaders and just
yeah,
download the song.
Spotify thing. Yeah,
Yeah, you just
I
have
use
it.
Alexa. We pay for the Alexa, and that's like how we listen to our music and playlists and
Dude,
stuff.
they were being whacked with the internet. We shouldn't have had an issue with the internet too, right?
Yeah, I
Luckily,
know,
my
man.
phone was working badass for the live stream.
Well, that's one of the things, it like I was really impressed when I went to your meeting, Travis, to meet with the director, just with how the director and the staff, like how good they were
Yeah,
to all of us over there was just amazing. So I think it was just things that we didn't really foresee. But
Yeah,
had we known, like, okay, we need the right Wi-Fi connection, even if we need to bring something externally that can help with that
hmm
tying into the theater surround sound and stuff like that.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
But those are
There's
easy
lots of
things
room,
that could be
lots of
confronted
room for improvement. The
next
thing
yeah.
is,
time.
though, with the walkout song, real quick, I wanted to say is I'm not gonna really use those. So like, I'm gonna edit in some crisp new, song
Oh, for the
audio.
HD
Right?
edit.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I don't want to get copyright. I don't want it to be taken down. I don't
Yeah.
care about monetization. I'm not in it for money. But what do you call it? But I'm gonna have Travis's voice, the freaking his call out of you coming out, and then we'll put some decent music, and I'll choose a variety, so it's not the same fucking song,
Okay.
and it'll be copyright free music that's decent.
Of course. Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't even have to worry about messing up there. That was just for the people there. Too bad.
Right on. Right on. Right on.
Yeah,
So
good
did you
time, good
guys
time.
all watch King of the Table 13?
Fuck yeah.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was,
Travis Bajan even watched it on the flight to the freaking event.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
talking on this podcast. He told me
I thought
about that too when I picked him up.
I thought it was okay. I mean, I feel like I'm not a big fan of like the celebrity matches personally.
Oh, you
I'm more
didn't
of a
like that one?
I'm more of a East versus West. Like
Yeah.
I like the competitive matchups.
Right.
Like a
I
Royal
four
think
Rumble stuff.
matchup. Yeah.
I think they got two different things going on, right? Because the same people own the same. They both own the same stuff pretty much. They're all affiliated with one another.
Yep.
Um,
One's
so
more Ingen, but yeah.
yeah, right. But Ingen still has a big say so in King of the Table, I believe.
It's more
Um,
Donna Dries, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I think they share a lot of production, and there's the core sports thing too.
Yeah,
All that stuff.
one's more
Ingen's
like
the matchmaker, yeah.
one's more focused on like celebrity matches, and the other one's focused on like high level elite matches. You know,
Yeah,
so
That's a
world
really good
level.
point. I mean, to me, like, yeah, most of us arm wrestlers who are like, we're like diehard arm wrestlers, we're gonna lean on East versus West. That's what we want to see. But with the beauty of King of the Table is I feel like that audience is for your non-arm wrestler. It's to
yeah, yeah,
it's to build our community bigger. And I think that's a good thing. I actually do wonder how many more people are going to show up to a practice, or actually try the sport out from that Brian Shaw Eddie Hall match. You know what I mean? Is there going to be a
yeah,
bunch of strong dudes in that community that show up? Because they're especially hard, dude. Like for Call of the Mountain King, I was canvassing gyms on my mountain and stuff. It's all the
yeah,
strongest looking dudes that were like the most afraid to just come to one of our practices. Um, that yeah, they think they're gonna break their arm or get severely injured or something like that. But, yeah.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they probably will. I mean,
Yeah.
because
Could, yeah.
They
Like you
they
won't. Oh.
they because they think they could just muscle you, and that's where they get hurt. And
Yeah. You
you
need
know,
6 months of conditioning before you go hard, and if you do that, you'll be
Especially
good.
if
And
you're strong. Yeah.
yeah, they never do it. They go hard from the beginning, and
Well, the fact is, if you're coming in with the right team, with the right people to help you on
that's
your
huge.
way, get started, you're probably not going to break your arm. I mean, you're going to get some tendon banging up, your joints banging up, you're going to get conditioned. But like most of these arm breaks, all these instances that they're like telling me about that scared them off, it's, you know, like 16-year-old girl arm wrestles, 18-year-old boy on the lunch table, like, and they're like brand new to it, arm wrestling like this, and like, oh, tell me, like it's just super. They're brand new. They've never had somebody to show them because it's like so easy not to break your arm at the same time.
yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be heading off.
Later,
So my
Will.
mom's getting home. So, but thanks
All
for
right, bro.
having me.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
Get on,
cool,
bro.
man.
All right,
Guys,
y'all.
you guys keep doing what you're doing. God bless, and
Thank
nice
you.
to meet
God
you, bro.
bless you too, man.
Yeah, pleasure.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see
Later,
you
y'all.
soon.
Peace out,
Real
baby.
quick, hello to others in the chat. We have my teammate Javier Martinez is in the house, who also did an amazing job. I believe. Oh, damn, Waldo jumped off. So maybe it was the left arm. If you're still in here, let us know, Javier. But he got first place as well in the super heavyweights. Must have been on the left. Because
Javier.
I know that Waldo got first on the right. We've also got Johnny Dang in the house. What's up? Another one of my teammates. Love you, brother. And I hope you feel better too.
We're all sick.
Yeah, everybody's sick. Johnny's sick. Yeah, but hopefully you all get better. We're back at practice by the weekend. We got Z Flores in the house, one of our newcomers on our team who literally drives all the way from, I want to say, like like Mission Viejo or something like that. Uh, Amazing young man. Dave Anderson in the house saying Cowabunga.
Hey, my boy
Uh,
Dave.
yeah, we've got yeah, I think you know a few of these guys, Benji. Atlantis IRL in the
Yeah,
house.
Dominic. Dominic, what up, Dominic?
Yeah, we got the Drew. We got J Squared is in the house.
J
J squared.
squared. Would have been cool if you
Yeah,
could have came, man. Did he come? He didn't come.
No, it's some family issues.
That's
So
okay. You'll be back.
yeah, he'll be back.
we got
We
Big
got
Al.
arm fest coming up. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got Big Alan Hodsies in the house.
What up,
Uh,
Al?
we've
Alvin?
got the Drew has been in from the start. Who else? I saw somebody else. Steve, and we've got Katie Brewer is in the house.
Drinking
What's
the good water.
up?
You already
It's the
know.
good shit. The good shit.
It's the best of the best.
Yeah.
And Benji, maybe you know who is 4 gigahertz Mac.
Nah, some guy. Some guy that's named that 4 gigahertz Mac. Probably it's nothing to do with anything but his name. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, he's got some stuff to say about core sports and
Woo!
Dominic Renz. It says greetings. What's up, Dominic? Devin's forearm is in the house. What's up?
Yeah, my boy.
All right. And Dominic is asking what date is the Kris Kringle event?
You're
What?
banned. Let me jump on and ban him real quick. Hold up.
Yeah, you missed it, Dominic. You missed it. It was Sunday. Yeah, just a few days ago.
Well, that's almost as bad as Leroy coming up to me and saying, "I didn't know there was a tournament today."
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm like, "Oh my God."
That's my boy
With
Leroy,
all
but
those
come on.
athlete flyers we must have put out on every
He
platform.
follows me on Instagram. I posted, dude, how much did I
50
post
plus
about that, guys?
flyers.
I was posting every day.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I even tried to get him into the brackets, but
Whatever.
I was like, the brackets were set, so he couldn't get in. So
yeah. But don't fret, Dominic. There will be a Kris Kringle 3. You can be sure of that. Um, And
You
are
better be
you
there, Leroy. You got notice now. Kris Kringle 3 is gonna have a tournament, brother.
Got a
Dominic says,
year,
I am back from the future.
Yeah.
a year in advance,
You
Leroy.
can't miss it. Just remember, a year from now, you'll be there, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Are you in California, Dominic? With
Dominic who?
Dominic Lorenz.
No, he's Australian.
Oh, oh, okay. All right.
He does a little bit of arm wrestling over there. I forget where the hell he is. Somewhere in Aussie land. He
Oh,
talks
she's
like
yeah,
this,
Nevin's
mate.
forearm says
Oi,
forgive
oi,
him, he's
oi.
Australian.
Yeah. He talks like this. Far out, mate. Far out. Put the
Yeah,
shit on the
yeah.
barbie.
Yeah, Australian accent it like puts me in a good mood, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like if
You
I
could
was
listen
really
to him
pissed
talk.
off and you started talking to me with an Australian accent, I'd be like, I guess it's all right. It's not too
You could
bad.
listen to anything they say. They're so sophisticated.
Yeah, it's just a really like laid back accent. Let's see. He says what? Kutamundra, far out, mate. Kutamandra. Okay.
Far out, mate. He likes to say that.
Yeah, thank
These are guys from my voice chat or Devin's Forums voice chat, a chat I frequent.
you. Yeah. Do you ever arm
Arm wrestling
wrestle
channel.
Jamie Barrett, Dominic? That guy is just an absolute nut.
Yeah, Dominic, what did you compete in recently? You told me you competed in something. Tell us, mate. Tell us.
And Javier Martinez says that he did win the left hand super heavyweights. And his right hand, okay, so his right hand was out of commission. He says that should be ready for UAL in January. Hell yes. All right. So Dominic says he has arm wrestled Jamie. How does that typically go? I can pretty much guess because isn't Jamie the national champ there still?
Dominic's
Yeah.
a grown ass man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dominic's like a 6 foot, 45-year-old dude.
Oh, okay. So 4 GHz Max says that I taught him a little bit at Derek's practice about 2 years ago. Huh.
You scared him off, Kane.
I must have. Yeah, I must have. What's your name? Who are you? Um, yeah, I teach a lot of people at
Didn't
practice,
scare you off, 4
probably
gigahertz.
badly, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Dominic's a heavyweight. Okay, so they wouldn't pull. Yeah. Yeah. You guys got some strong guys out there. Yeah, other than yeah, I really liked Kevin Palco versus Joseph. That was a really cool match. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, yeah, that round one, the match was a trip because round one, it looked so convincing for Kevin Palco because they wound up in the hook and Kevin Palco gets like cocky and arrogant and he looked like he was doing just fine and he literally top rolled out of the hook and Joseph elbow fouls. And so like at that moment I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like Palco all day. But then it really just came down to who got the start. They both dove into a hook every round. And it's amazing how much of a difference that made, just getting that little bit of position, you know. But
We absolutely have to see Joseph and Mike Linder.
oh yeah, yeah, that would be a great match. And you're saying that primarily because they both beat Vosgin, right?
Yeah, they both beat Vosgin, but Joseph beat Vosgin not like Mike just did.
Yeah, yeah.
Mike kind of steamrolled Vosgin. I mean, and then Joseph beat Vosgin in the strap. Um, he had to work a lot harder than Mike did.
Right.
So
Who do you think
I
wins that match?
if Mike feels really good, if Mike isn't because that later on that night, obviously Mike had some soreness and whatnot, but
Oh, he's hurt pretty bad. Yeah.
If Mike comes in 100% healthy, I don't think Mike has a problem.
Yeah.
If he's has something lingering, then it could be significantly closer.
Right. Right.
So, um, I think Mike needs to take time off until the that tournament. I don't think he really needs to do anything, just rest. I think he's just been pulling a lot lately.
Yeah. And multiple
So,
classes. Yeah.
yeah. So I think like I told him, I said, just stick to your class. Because once you start pulling all these different classes, people get a big head and they're like, oh my God, I beat Mike Linder. No, you didn't. Like, you beat him while he's like beat up. You know what I mean? Like, they can't, like, if you strictly just pull your class, whether it's 165 or 185, if he's pulling 185, the only person he's going to have trouble with is, Vrej and Luke Kent, in the 185s. In the 165s, he beats everybody in the 165s. So David, he'll steamroll David. He beat Vosgin. Um, he has too much posting power, and that's a lot to deal with, man. And he's very similar to Marshall, but he's stronger than Marshall. So yeah, yeah, Mike's a problem for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I expect a lot of big things for Mike. So hopefully he does heal up. I think he will. Um yeah, we
Mike's
were
a badass. He's a wild man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, when we're
He needs
riding
to be called Mike the Wild Man Linder.
that wouldn't be too bad.
He's
Yeah.
a wild horse. He's a wild horse. He's a
Well, there's already a wild horse. We can't take wild horse, right? Matt Mask is a wild horse.
yeah, yeah.
He is a wild horse, though, so I don't know. But he's a wild man. A wild man.
Yeah, he's got a bright future, and I think he is going to lay off his right for a bit. I was trying to convince him to get in on the UAL next month, and I don't know if he will. He doesn't seem to have a lot of faith in his left, even though it's really good. Um, but yeah, the Gabby match with Barbora was pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
I thought Gabby had it. I
She just
really
doesn't have
did.
enough gas, not enough gas.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just comes down to your conditioning, really.
Right, right.
I
I do
mean,
believe that Barbara did show some technical prowess in that. I do think that Gabby, after their last match up together that they had when Gabby lost,
yeah,
I think she lost 3-0 in that one, right? The previous one. I,
yeah.
I think, yeah, Gabby came in with a better game plan and it was clear round one. And yeah, I kind of feel like she may have gassed out a little bit by those last rounds, but I do feel like Barbara was slowly making adjustments until she couldn't let Gabby have that new lane. But
And we're talking these women are, man, they're top of the food chain. They're
yeah, yeah.
a lot of, let's put it this way, probably a lot of our top guys in California probably can't beat these women.
Oh no, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't I believe she was down here like 2 years ago and I can't imagine how much better Gabby is now. But yeah, Derek tells me about it. I wasn't at what it actually was maybe a few more years, like maybe before I even started. But yeah, she went through the entire team of Alpha Empire. I don't think she pulled Derek, but uh yeah, she just went through everybody. Um I think everyone was primarily trying to hook her, but yeah, she just wow.
oh, I think she was down here about a year ago, actually, and I think she went to ET's shop and arm wrestled
Yeah,
ET and just went right through him too. So,
yeah, yeah, yep, yep.
but yeah, so I mean, she's a beast. So no, I mean, yeah, super matches were good and they were actually pretty quick. I think we had 6 super matches in an hour. I feel like that was pretty solid. We, with the walkouts, I feel like we pushed it pretty good.
And some of the
Um,
matches did go 3-2 as well. So it's pretty impressive that it did land within an hour.
Yeah, we
yeah,
were bumping them out, freaking entrance after entrance. I was like, you know what? We should. There's no reason to actually switch the tunnels. Like should just stayed at one. And at one point we did, and I'm like, okay, back forth. Where the fuck is the guy? He's over here. He's over
oh no,
there.
I seen that. I was
I
laughing.
was like, what?
I was like, all right, we're trying to figure it out, folks. This is our
Yeah, we're making it work, and good thing I could run. So
this is our, we didn't do a full walkthrough. We didn't have enough time to do a full walkthrough before
Yeah,
everything. But
yeah. Let's not talk about that on air. Everything went perfect, guys. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing, and NorCal showed up. San Diego showed up. It was awesome. What freaking Where's that guy from? Singapore?
Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand showed up.
Yeah, he's amazing. He was
This was an international event with that guy.
yeah, if
We
anybody
had an
wants
international
to
competition.
if anybody wants to pull with him and you've ever been to Alpha Empire practice, drop by. I think he's going to be there Sunday practicing.
Oh, nice. I never
He's
got to pull him. I was just filming.
yeah, top not yeah, come on down, Benji. He's just a top-notch dude, really really nice. But
His speed is
very
incredible.
very impressive athlete. Yeah, his synergy and his form just the usage of everything. It's really really good.
Wait,
Really
didn't he
Caleb
come to
was,
the after, he came to the after party for a little bit, huh?
did he?
yeah, and because we had to do the breakdowns, we barely missed him. Or at least I did. As soon as I was pulling up, he was taking off. I'm like, all right, yeah, see ya.
Yeah, he was here for like a little bit. Yeah, and then he kind of like left. I'm like, oh, I didn't even get to see him pull. But
Caleb was saying on stage when he was pulling him that his wrist was weird. So I don't know what he meant by that. Is his wrist thick?
Weird.
Yeah, I heard his comment. Like I was filming, and he's like, "What's up with this guy's wrist? This guy's wrist is weird." I'm like, "Okay,
I don't
I didn't
think
see."
weird. I think it's very strong. He's got really,
Mm,
really good. So you know how a lot of people have a hard time syncing up the different um strengths of the wrist. Like they'll
mm,
cut, but they'll give up their pronation. You know,
mm,
they'll pronate, but they'll give up their riser. He's not that way. He's got a lot of fluidity between his cup and his pronation, and both are very, very strong.
mm.
Uh,
Yeah, he did well.
yeah, but yeah, I mean his hand and wrist are not big. They're not,
Mm,
yeah, it feels like gripping up with a normal hand. But he is incredibly strong, very, very strong. Yeah.
it's funny you say that because anytime I arm wrestle somebody, like I would say about 90% of the time, I could tell if I'm gonna win right when I grip their hand. Like I could
Yeah.
I could just feel it. Like unless like and that 10% chance is speed. If they don't have like a stronger hand, but they're faster than me, then that's where I lose, right? So 90% of the time, I swear, it's like if I could feel it in their hand, I'm like, okay, like I'm confident. It gives you like that confidence boost or what, I don't know what it is, but I could pretty much tell if I'm gonna win or lose right at that setup. So
Right.
um and I
it's a
get
lot
even
of
more,
in the hand. It's a lot of in the hand.
yeah, for sure. And I get even more confident when I get to the strap as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Both Oleg is something else, but yeah, him and uh what is it? Norang, I believe, from Thailand.
yeah,
Um very, very similar. Because yeah, like gripping up with either one of those guys, it's comfortable. Like, you grip up and you're like, oh, this seems like this, we could have a match or something. But
yeah.
especially Oleg. I mean, yes, he's incredibly fast, but yeah, that was my first time pulling him. I have never in all these years I have not um pulled. Most
Really?
were in different weight classes, but yeah, I pull up weight
Mm.
classes, and this is my first time getting to pull him. And it was the 205 right, I think it was. And yeah, when we first gripped up, I was like, huh, okay. I felt okay, and he grips you real lightly, just real
Oh,
light.
Yeah.
Not a big hand. That rep said go, and yeah, like my
He
arms
was already he already
just
finished.
gone, just gone. And it wasn't so much like I missed the go, because I did engage, like in whatever that fraction of a second there was to do it. It felt like a freight train turned on at the speed of light. Just incredible. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, his ability to
Fuck that.
access
No,
power,
thank you.
yeah, that
To
quickly.
access that power is crazy. Like, I don't understand how
Like,
people can do that.
I didn't feel like, oh, you were just so quick, you got position on me, like, and this was a technical error on my behalf. I felt like, holy shit, that he just so so hard and fast. Yeah, very impressed by Oleg. Yeah.
How much does he weigh?
Like 205?
Right
Mm.
now he's a 205 guy.
Mm.
Usually it seems I don't know if that's going to be a common trend from him
Top
going forward.
205?
We'll see it. Yeah, we'll see it UAL. But
Sure,
typically
Backman
the
is going to
higher
be there.
level competitions, he's usually dropping to 185. But
Yeah, I don't think
Mm.
he's dropping. He's been sitting there for a while.
yeah, I think he's going to
Yeah,
stay at 205 myself.
he's looking big.
I mean, the first time I met Oleg was at one of our practices, yeah, like 5 years ago. And he was a 165 guy, maybe even
Damn.
lighter. Yeah. And yeah, he just slowly, progressively got heavier. He then,
The only thing changed was his arm size.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it was once he got to about the
Biceps keep getting
185s.
bigger and bigger.
I mean, when he showed up to our practice, like I wasn't, I was pretty new. So like, but people were telling me like, this guy's the dude. Like, he's
He's
got
always been flashing.
accolades.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude, speaking of flashing, the OG flash in his match, that was pretty heated. I think Ole got the best of him in that match, and then got a little excited and did a little extra, and then fucking Scott Partington was like, and he did
Oh,
the
right,
Donald
right,
Trump.
right.
Remember the Donald Trump freaking
Yeah.
correct his ass real quick. And then Oleg was like, I didn't even realize I did that. My bad. And he's like, yeah, you better not do that. He's like, I'm a grown man. So that
Yeah,
was funny.
man.
Then we had the top moments of this tournament that I could think of as the camera guy. Was that Brian LaFerrier's freaking win against Vazgen and jumping and slamming on the ground at a
Yeah.
joy. Um, what else was good? I mean, those are the top ones for me. Some of the super matches. Shoot, a couple of your matches were pretty crazy, but yeah, those are two. I'm gonna edit the beginning of the video and have Brian LaFerrier just jumping and smashing the
Good
freaking
call.
stage. Try to do
Yeah.
some editing and make it freaking special effects.
Now, was that him taking first from Lindner?
No, it was Vaskin, or no, was it Linder or Vaskin? No, it
Boskin
was Linder.
in the
My
tournament.
bad. My bad. It was
Yeah, it was
Linder.
Mike Lindner. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Wow. It doesn't even seem right for me to say it. It was Linder. Now,
Yeah.
was Linder kind of like at that point, like a little bit like doing too much, or like he was pulling a lot, or
It's it's possible. Yeah.
because he
Um,
was giving a lot of matches like not as much resistance or effort compared to what he was. I don't know. You know what I mean?
right. And there was a lot of bad dudes in the 185s. I think he also got a rough draw.
Yeah.
And obviously after a tough super match with Vosgin, even though he got the 3-0, I know Mike, and he was it wasn't an easy task for him to pull through. I know he gave Vosgen everything to pull through him like that. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah.
it was great.
I think the
Great
one
fight.
time I pulled him on the right, like it didn't he didn't feel like the normal Mike Lindner. So he was hurting. So I know he had a pre-existing injury that he was working out, and
Mm,
I think it was one of those where like he had it pretty recovered and felt good going into
mm,
this, but it
mm.
just kind of came back mid-competition probably. But yeah, there was a lot of cool highlights of that event. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the after party too. Um, yeah, it was a ton of fun. Really a ton of fun. And my right dude, like, it was hurting bad the last few days. It's just wow. I felt like an amateur again, like when you hit that year mark or so, or like,
You were pulling a lot, dude. And then you're doing
yeah,
the setup and breakdown. It's a lot of
yeah,
effort.
yeah, yeah. But Taylor, the guy from Canada, when he was at practice last night, he showed us some like Mr. Miyagi shit. Like it was like for recovery, it was pretty
Oh,
incredible. So I
wow.
went to practice last night, totally hurting in pain. I mean, on my right, my left was mostly okay, but um, I ended up pulling on the right relatively hard, both arms with Taylor, and Taylor's strong. And then he did some these little tricks with us to help.
Mhm.
It's like a end of practice thing that you do. And I don't know if it's his signature thing, so I'm not going to put it out there. But all I can say is I showed up to practice in total pain, then pulled hard, and then with what he did, I feel recovered now. I left that practice feeling good, and I still
Better
feel good.
write this down and keep doing this shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if he would, yeah, want me to play. He probably wouldn't care, but I mean,
I mean,
yeah,
at least for yourself, you know what I mean? If it's
yeah, yeah,
working so well, fuck yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's good. We'll talk. It was really good though.
So
Uh,
the next East First West is Tbilisi, Georgia, or whatever it is. After that, I heard it's gonna be Dallas, Texas, guys.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm gonna go for sure. For sure. Let's
So it
go. Road trip, Texas.
looks like Stephanie is coming in. I was about to call it a night, but let's spend just a few more minutes here. Chat with
Yeah, I was just
Stephanie
gonna
a little
say
bit.
I'll say hi to her, but I gotta get going, guys. Good
All
talking
Yeah,
right.
to you.
there she
Stephanie.
is.
Hey guys.
Hi, Stephanie.
Yeah, you came in so late. How you
I
been?
I know. What can we talk about? What can we talk
I'm just
about?
about to head out. You guys keep talking. I'll be in
Well,
the chat.
what's
Okay.
the highlights of what you had to say, Benji? Tell me, share something good.
Well, the highlights of the freaking tournament were excellent. We had freaking Brian LaFerriere doing a freaking power stomp in the middle of the stage. Thank God he didn't put a hole right through the fucking middle of it.
Yeah,
And who else do we have? We had freaking Scott Partington and Ole Mose doing a
yeah.
freaking hell of a match. And then the Donald Trump correction at the end was nice. Come here, young man. But yeah, no, it was an epic tournament. You did really well, and
Yeah, you did.
didn't you? Yeah, you did. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie always does well. She does really
Hey,
Yeah,
well.
you
you
always
know
do
what?
well. You were doing well on
More
the side
women to
table.
throw at Stephanie. We need more, more.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sorry we don't have, a lot of women, of course. I mean, we need to get like 10, 20 women, per class. That would be really cool.
We're
But
gonna have to fly in a special match for Stephanie. She's so
That'll,
good, Like,
that'll be fun. Don't,
yeah.
but
but
get
uh, someone I can have a chance with.
Yeah.
you're beating
Screw
everybody
that.
here, aren't you?
Screw that. We're giving you Gabby.
Oh,
Hey, my money's on Stephanie if she takes a little bit of pancakes.
I'm just thinking about if I can cut down to 155. I definitely would like a super match with Blanca.
What the heck? You at 155?
Can you imagine me at 155?
That's not fair, and you better be careful. Don't get too depleted.
Yeah.
It's
You
gonna
know
take.
Blanca's gonna be pulling anymore? I haven't seen
I
her
haven't
around a bit.
heard
You
from her at
trying
all.
to destroy Blanca? What's the deal? You're a
No,
freaking.
I don't know. I don't have anybody that I was thinking about at 155. Honestly, she's the first one
No.
that came to mind. Who else is in California?
I'm
Who does?
thinking, what was her name? Is it Wolf? Is Elizabeth Wolf or something like that?
Oh, she's up north, right? Something like that.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
Cali girl. She's pretty good.
Yeah, she's just not, she hasn't been active for a while,
She's not
right?
active. I know it. I know it. You're gonna have to go outside like Utah girls. Those Utah girls are vicious.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, them. And I really, really like what they're doing over there at the Lucky Ones podcast, how they did that interactive
yeah,
super match series. It's brilliant. It was a great way to do a super match series with more women, Uh, but yeah, we were talking earlier about this, Stephanie, like how are we going to get more women in this sport? And you brought up some really good points. Um, I was suggesting the whole, reach out to our female versions of Larry Wheelses and stuff like that, women that are prominent
Mm.
in strength sports or athletes. But yeah, Stephanie brought up the really great point that a lot of them don't want to get injured from their sport or be detoured from their sport.
We
So,
need Gina Carano to get in it.
yeah,
Ronda
well,
Rousey.
who's that?
Those MMA girls. Ronda Rousey, the MMA champion. Remember her? Ronda Rousey.
I never
Gina
followed.
Carano. Gina
Hmm.
Carano. She was in a lot of movies. Anyways, just I agree. Some famous female badasses would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't even have to like jump in themselves. It like if they've just got the social media following
Yeah.
and all that. If they've got a lot of women in their community that respect them, I'm sure there's a lot that would be willing.
Plant the seed now because they need like 6 months. And if they give it 6 months of training with somebody like Neil or Ingen or Devin, they're going to be so set up and not worry about injury. So, like, you need to be reaching out to these potential people and plant the seed, get them going, like Brian Shaw, and put some time in conditioning, and you'll have no issues. And star with Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw and another one, like a celebrity status match.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big time.
Yeah.
Like at a smaller level, man, this is frustrating for me, Stephanie, but
Oh,
um
to get more women.
well, since I started the mountain practice up here,
Mm.
we've got this group of women that have shown up like to like maybe two or three of our practices, and they're badasses. They're like teachers at a preschool or something like that. And yeah, I
Taking
know
out all the aggression.
We were
they're
thinking
not
about.
like they're not power lifters. They don't like, I don't know if they go to the gym or anything. But they're all like they've got good frame. They're all like for
Yeah.
some reason 5'7" to like 5'10", and just just strong with like zero form, like arm wrestling out here. Um, God, if I can get them in, uh,
Yeah. You be set.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think if you could somehow get females to go to like gyms and recruit them from gyms or like some CrossFit or like the female CrossFit, make it popular for them to want to do it or somehow recruit them. That's going to be a good pool to recruit from. Hopefully, if the sport just gets big enough, you'll have females start to trickle in more too. But it's a hard one.
I
Yeah.
could, I could have an all ladies
Put
practice.
some flyers. Put some flyers in the gym. Sorry to interrupt, but that'd be a good one. Put flyers in the gym for ladies.
Definitely. Yeah.
Come train at the local Arm Fest. Ladies get a free drink. Or something. I don't know. I'll pay for it.
Yeah, maybe I can at least for that group of ladies, they've got a lot of friends and they know a lot of people up here in the community. Maybe I can have you up as like a special guest one day,
I
Stephanie.
would love to come up. That would be really fun.
Yeah, you could be like
It's
you
like 2.5 hour
draw.
drive.
Be a
yeah,
draw.
yeah, it would have to we'd probably have to put you up for the night here and maybe do it on a weekend or something like that. But yeah, if we can get them out and to bring all their friends and everything like that, it would just be good. We could have you, we could have maybe Grace could make it up. We could have Malia there,
Yeah.
and it might be a better force,
Yeah.
to really draw them in. Yeah,
I
I
like
think
that UAL is bringing in Sarah to bring maybe some female eyes too. The guys like her too. So
Bob
Sarah Backman,
Latona.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Backman will be at the UAL.
Sweet. All right. All right.
Awesome.
And yeah, Sarah Latona's sounds like she's getting back into things.
What
I
about
I
Stephanie
know
and
she never
Sarah?
stopped training. She just
Yeah,
hasn't been competing. So
Stephanie versus Sarah.
yeah, there's in terms of what I'll
Wait,
go and say up and comers. I'll say up and comers because there's a vast variety of like, people have been in the sport longer than any of us. I would say Waldo Saldana, um, Sarah Latona, if we can find somebody for Stephanie, and Mike Lidner. Like those are all like people like I really want to get behind to see succeed in this sport. So yeah, that could do
yeah,
really, really well.
Mike's got some serious potential right there.
Yep, yep.
Benji, you're gonna have to teach me how to use my flop because I don't use it. I just slip out of
What
it.
are you talking about? I see you every match you're using it.
I mean, I'm not trying to use it. I don't. You use yours. I just try to get out of mine.
I've stopped using mine. Start using it. I gotta make my mind. But yeah, well, you gotta
Oh,
train it. You gotta come to practice. Where you at?
I just been practicing at Grinder. I haven't been traveling.
There
I
you
don't
go.
have a good
There you
car,
go.
so
Get to Alpha Empire. Get to OC Arms. Get to the SoCal Arm Fest at least every month.
I know. You
So
know,
Stephanie, how much do you strict curl again? What's your
my last one was 110,
It's very
but
impressive.
I started my meal plan on July 1st, and I have lost 59 pounds.
Amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So we'll
Job.
see.
I noticed it.
Nice, Benji. Nice shirt. Well, we'll see how that transfers over. I'm trying to keep my strength, even though I've done that, you know. And oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Travis, I gotta head out too, brother. Good seeing you guys.
Yeah,
okay,
you have a good night, Travis. Yeah, I really should wrap
oh
this up.
yeah,
Johnny
so,
Bang says Gina Carano is my wife. Watch your lips, Benji. Serrano? Carano?
See, Johnny Dangerang knows that she's a freaking force. Right? I think she's a Strike Force champion.
All right, so yeah, and Stephanie, yeah, we'll definitely be in touch.
okay,
And yeah, let's build that women's side. Really working on things for ideas for the youth too. I'm gonna probably be starting up here with my high school, but we've got a lot of work to do in this sport. So
yeah,
I appreciate both of you. Benji, amazing job as always on that video footage. Looking forward to seeing the HD footage come out soon.
Yep.
And yeah, love y'all. Love all of you in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk again soon.
all right. Good night.
Guys, see you, chat.
Yeah.
Deuces.